Hey, this is MJ, and in today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to crochet an alpine stitch basket. The alpine stitch creates this beautiful thick texture, so it's perfect for a basket. It stands up, it's nice and firm, and it gives it this great texture. The yarn that I'm using is Bernat Softee Chunky, so it is a super bulky weight number 6. This is 100% acrylic, and I'll be working with the color linen, but I'm also going to work with the color natural to show you how to do the 2 colored look like this. But if you prefer, you can work it up in the solid color as well, but it's really easy to just switch your colors back and forth to give this look. The pattern does include 4 sizes, but I'll be working on the smallest size in this tutorial. And the hook that I'm using is a 9mm crochet hook from Furls Crochet. You can purchase Bernat Softee Chunky from Mary Maxim, and I will have the links in the description box for the yarn and hooks. So we'll begin with a magic ring. So I like to wrap the yarn around my index finger 3 times, slide my hook through all of the loops, take your first loop, pull it through, and chain 1. I'm going to work in half double crochets, and I'm going to start with 10. Push your yarn out of the way. You can now see your 2 loops. I'm going to take my tail, pull it. Only 1 loop starts to pull in, so I'm going to take that loop that's pulled in, give it a tug. It'll pull the other loop, and then you can just take your tail and pull. Okay, so we're going to slip stitch to join. Make sure you're slip stitching into the right stitch. So we have 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm going to do a reverse slip stitch. So to do that, you want to keep your yarn to the front of your work. We're going to go back to front through the stitch, pull the yarn through, just a yarn under, and then through the loop on your hook and chain 1. Now we're going to work 2 half double crochets in every stitch around. So we're going to go from 10 to 20 stitches. Okay, so I've worked 20. And I'm going to reverse slip stitch join again. Now you can do a regular slip stitch, it's fine. This just helps hide the join a little bit, so I like to do it. So again, I keep my yarn to the front. I go through, just a yarn under, just pull the yarn through. I usually get my hook twisted back into position and then pull it through. Chain 1. This round we're going to work 1 half double crochet in the first stitch and then 2 half double crochet in the next. So this will increase our round another 10 stitches, so we go from 20 to 30. So 1 half double and then 2 in the next. And repeat that pattern all the way around. Okay, so now we have 30 stitches. I'm going to reverse slip stitch to join again. So go back to front, pull that yarn through, chain 1. So now the next round we'll start with 2 half double crochet, 1, 1 in each of the next 2. So 1, 2, and then 2 in the next. 1, 2. So then 1 half double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, and 2 half double crochet in the next. Okay, and we're going to repeat this all the way around, increasing to 40 stitches. Okay, so I'm going to reverse slip stitch to join, chain 1, and for this size, this will be the last increase round. So we'll start with a half double crochet, 1 in the next, 1 in the next, so 1, 2, 3, and then 2 in the next. So 1 half double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches, and then 2 in the next. So I'm going to repeat that pattern now all the way around. Okay, so I've worked all the way around. I now have 50 stitches. I'm going to fasten off with a seamless join just so my bottom edge is going to look really nice. So let's fasten this off. You'll need a yarn needle for bulky yarn. And I'm going to join. Now I want my stitch count to stay on track, and I'll be making a faux stitch. So I'm going to skip this first stitch. I'm going to go under both loops of the next stitch. Then I'm going to go back through the back loop only of the last stitch. So now I've created what looks like a stitch. Okay, so that's going to be nice. And you can see doing that reverse slip stitch, it really has hidden the seam. This is the bottom of the basket, so it's not a huge deal, but if you want it to look pretty seamless, you can go ahead and work that seamless join. So now I'm just going to take my yarn needle and I'm going to weave this end to get rid of it. I can also weave this tail. I'm just going to go back in the opposite direction just to get that out of the way. Okay, so now we have our base, and I will give it a measure for you. So this is 7 inches across, so that will give you a good idea as to whether your basket is going to come out the same size as mine. So now if you want to work 2 colors, you can see here, I've completed my entire base in the linen color. Now I'm going to start working with the natural color. Now, if you want this edge here to, let's say, be the natural color, you could do your last round of your base in the natural, but I'm going to have that you can kind of see the linen color edge, and then we're going to finish also with linen. So I'm going to grab the natural yarn to get started on the next round. So I'm going to want to work through the back loops only. So just join into any stitch. I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to work double crochets through the back loops only. Okay, so this size we have 50 stitches. So I'm going to work around 50. Okay, so I'm coming around to the end, my 50th stitch. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, And I'm going to change the color on the next stitch. Now remember, you can do this all in one color, but if you're going to do it two-toned or with two colors, we're going to change the color on the last yarn over of the stitch. So I'm going to pull through with the linen. I'm going to do a regular slip stitch. So I'm going to slip stitch in our first double crochet to join, pull the tail tight, chain one, and then we're going to single crochet in every stitch around. So all of the single crochet rounds are going to be worked in the linen color, and once we get into the post stitches, they'll be worked in the natural. So all you do is drop off the natural. We're leaving that here because we're going to pick it up again on the next round. So we don't have to cut colors or carry yarn. We just are dropping it off at the join. So I'll work around 50 stitches in single crochet. Okay, so I'm coming around. We're going to start our single crochet. So pull up a loop. So you have 2 loops on your hook. Now we're going to drop off our linen color, or color A, and then we're going to pick up our next color, pulling through the 2 loops on our hook. We're going to slip stitch to join. Make sure that's nice and tight, chain 1. And now we're going to start into our post stitches. So if you look down here, our first double crochet is the stitch we'll be working into. So yarn over, we're going down around the double crochet stitch, working a front post double crochet. Now our next stitch, we're going to work a double crochet. So we're skipping this stitch that you can see in behind here, which is accounted for that front post. And then if you look at our next double crochet down on this row, we're going to work into that stitch that is above it, and we're going to work a double crochet. Then we're going to work a front post double crochet in the next double crochet stitch. So yarn over, we're going around that double crochet, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. The next double crochet stitch, go to the stitch above it, and we're going to work a double crochet. So we're alternating a front post double crochet and a double crochet. So always, if you're looking down at these stitches, it just helps to see where you're placing your stitches. So we're skipping this one now, working the front post double crochet around this one. Then a double crochet. Okay, so I'm going to repeat that pattern, working that all the way around. Okay, so we're coming around, and we want to end with a double crochet because we started with the front post double crochet. So now the only thing is we want to change back our color on that double. So we're going to work a double, the last stitch. We're dropping off and pulling through with the linen. I'm going to slip stitch in the top of the first front post double crochet to join. Make sure that's nice and tight. We'll chain 1 and we'll work single crochets in every stitch around. You can see we're always doing the single crochets around in our linen color. Okay, so I'm coming all the way around. My last single crochet, we're going through, pulling up that loop, and then yarning over with our other color, slip stitch to join, make sure that's nice and tight, chain 1, and now we're going to be working a double crochet over top of the front post. Then we're going to yarn over, we're coming down and doing our front post in this double crochet. Double crochet above this front post double crochet and a front post in the double. So this is how the pattern works. When we come around next time, what will be happening is we'll be doing the front post here, double, front post, double. And always they're separated with this round of single crochet in the linen color. But you could work this all in the same color as well. Okay, so we're coming around. We've got the double crochet above the front post, and now we're working a front post double crochet in the last double crochet below. And we need to change color on this stitch as well. So yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And instead of yarning over again, we're going to yarn over with the linen and pull through. Then we're going to slip stitch in our first double to join. Make sure that's nice and tight, chain 1, and single crochet into every stitch around. Okay, so I'm coming back around. I'm ending with my final single crochet, so pull up a loop, drop off the linen, yarn over with our natural color, pull through. We're going to slip stitch to join. Make sure that's nice and tight, chain 1, and we're going to front post in this double. So we're now repeating round 3. Starting with the front post and then working a double. Front post down in our double. So you're really starting to see the pattern take shape, and we're going to just continue alternating our rows. So we're going to do repeat of row 3, repeat of row 4, repeat of row 5, repeat of row 6. So now what we want though is, I like to count it this way. When we're counting our post rows, we're going to have 5 of the post rows. So I want to have 5 of them in total. So we're working on our 3rd post row. You can always alter the height of your basket if you want. But following the pattern of my sizes, we're going to go with 5. So I'm going to continue working my rounds just like I've shown you and get up to the point where I have 5 post rounds in total. Then I'll switch over and finish off with my single crochet row. Okay, so I've been working on the basket pattern, and if we count our rows, so if you look at our post stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if we count all of our rows, our single crochet row starts at row 2, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So 12 rows in total. 12. So now what we're going to do is slip stitch in our first single crochet to join. We can cut the natural yarn because we're going to finish off in the linen color. Now we do want to add some little handles, so we're going to do that on this row. So we'll chain 1. We'll work a single crochet in the first stitch. Now I'm going to chain 5. And I'm going to skip 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I'm going to single crochet into the next 20 stitches. Okay, so I've worked 20 stitches. I'm going to chain 5. Going to skip 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'm going to single crochet in the remaining stitches. Okay, so I've worked across 19 plus our starting stitch is 20 between these handles, 20 stitches between the handles on that side. So I'm going to slip stitch to join, chain 1, I'll single crochet in the first stitch, I'll work 5 single crochets in the chain space, then I'll work a single crochet in each of the next 20. Once you reach your next handle, you'll crochet 5 in your chain 5 space. And finish with a single crochet in each of the next 19. Okay, and once you get all the way around, we're going to fasten this off. We're going to do a seamless join. So put your yarn needle on put your yarn on your needle. And we're going through our first stitch of the handle. So skip over this stitch. You can go through that first stitch of the handle, go back through the back loop only, and then we can weave in this tail. You can also weave in any other loose tails that you have. To finish off my basket, I added a personalized tag. So all 4 of the baskets are going to fit nicely together. You can check the description box below the video for the links to the pattern as well as the supplies used. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and tap the bell to stay updated on all my new videos and tutorials. Thanks so much, guys. Have an awesome day.